New week, new game, and today we have the game called Dispatch. It's difficult to write a judgment on this considering it's only a fourth on the way through, but with how long I've been waiting for this, I'd like to try it. Dispatch so far is both an interesting, albeit confusing, offshoot from the type of the narrative-driven games I would have expected from the former Telltale veterans over ad hoc. Produced and directed by people that have works like The Walking Dead and Tales from the Borderlands, it's really attempting to differentiate itself from those previous styles of adventures for the best and worst of it. Knowing this, it's difficult to find myself really enjoying this game in the way I did of their previous works. It's missing some crucial elements that made those games exceptional. To start off with that wild egg, this game takes a very different route to the standard of what they have done before. There's an element of tangible growth to the characters you're responsible for managing. You can assign stat bonuses to them and take some consideration into who you send out for missions. While it's not always the clearest with what abilities work the best with what the objective needs, and the aspect of RNG can be incredibly frustrating for a story game like this, it's an interesting element that I think works really well with it. I'm really curious looking forward to if the game will take into consideration not only your choices when interacting with them, but additionally have an effect if you favor one character or another. That could be amazing. The graphics and style of the game are also something I can appreciate, especially from what I think is an original property. Of course, however, the writing is what the most people are here for. So far with the story, I'm interested in the main arc, with him both transitioning into the different line of heroism with his work at CDN and working there to rebuild his suit to return from the Mecha Man and defeat the villain Shroud. As for the dialogue, it's alright, it doesn't reach the realm of realistic yet, but can be a little corny and frustrating with some of the responses you've given to make. And of course, the voice acting is pretty good and is star-studded. Aaron Paul and Jeffrey Wright provide a great performance, which is what I would expect from these accredited authors. The YouTuber additions like Moist Critical and Jack Spectre additionally play like key roles in the story, and while I'm based against these kinds of inclusions, I actually think they're not doing a bad job with the characters they have. They fit pretty well, and I was really surprised to know that Joe Haver has a great performance in this too, as Waterboy, which is nice. While these aspects are nice, these both of those lost notes do have the drawbacks that I'll get into a bit. For one, as of episode 2 at least, there is no exploring or walking around segments like you would in older Telltale titles. I felt that was a huge aspect of those games personally. It really added a lot of opportunity to explore world building, talk with the characters you want to get known for more chances in general to craft your own aspect of the story. That isn't there in this title so far. It's a direct linear experience with choices put in at some important moments to make a slight deviations to our glory story, which you could say about a lot of the other games, but at least I got to pretend that exploring the whole environment or talking to everyone at camp made some kind of a difference to my relationships with the characters. Which leads me to another thing with this title. Unlike those other works in this, silence is no longer a valid option. There is not an aspect to this game you can choose to be silent. You have to choose one of 3 responses, and if you don't like any of them or don't feel like it's appropriate to say anything in response to a line of dialogue, the game will randomly pick one for you. Of course, this wasn't an element in something more modern like Detroit Become Human, and I'm not sure how it's truly reflected in the rest of the game, but I would not bet it's something as in-depth like on for their fame and not for their abilities, instead of bringing on equally or greater talent of lesser known acclaim, which is disappointing. I won't claim to know literally anything about their development progress, how much they were paid, or even who would be better a fit, but I really doubt it was necessary to put them on there because of their critical acclaim. To zoom out off of this, It didn't match my expectations, but I didn't dislike what I'm seeing yet, and I would recommend people who are fans of this style of the game to at least experience it, because it's interesting. At this point, I wouldn't put it above anything like the previous work, or even the Devil Playhouse, but when it's all released. I'll be interested to take a step back and see how it stands on its own, without the base I have now. Thank you guys for watching this review. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like button, and not forget to stop your notifications to not miss any videos. See you.